Concert etiquette sucks! I don't know if COVID got us delulu and all them vaccines just made us forget how to be respectful when we're in the pit, but like, brother, what is going on? I feel like there's two sides of this. There are people who are boring and stand still and want to get the perfect video because of the new age of social media with the flash on full blast. But then like, is there the other end where there's people trying to have fun? And the TikTok-y which I guess technically is me, are complaining about the people who are having traditional fun? Like, where's the right fence line? The shit. Oh, I'm so fucking lame. Concert etiquette's dead. Please stop pushing in front of us looking for your friend. Someone literally plucked my hair out of my head last night. I'm over it. What is anthem? What is this? Like the national anthem? Once I was for real looking for my friend and I couldn't find her, I felt so bad. Literally after COVID it got so bad, I took my dad to a concert and he was shocked. I think one of the things that do make it bad is that instead of like getting 1 year worth of incomers, you know, like let's say like you have to be like 16 or something to go to a show. I'm sure it's not like that, but there would have been people that kind of came to that age of being interested in concert. So we had to deal with 3 years worth of like newbies coming in. So then there was like just a huge influx of people trying to learn. And when there's more fishes in the pond, there's less old fish around you to learn from because you're kind of surrounded by new fish. I don't know what happened to me as a child, but I think I do. Let's not talk about it too much. It's so hard because I want everybody to have a good time. How do we get everybody to have a good time? Stop recording yourself with flashlight at a concert. Don't have your flash on yourself. There's been so many times I've gone to take a photo because when I'm not at a show, I will always use the flash. I'm only at home by myself. If I want to take a photo of my dog with a flash on, I'm gonna do it. What you gonna do about that, huh? There's nothing worse than when you're trying to focus on something and there's like a light over here. You know, you're kind of gonna be like a moth and kind of give it enough time and either the stage will flash or a light will pass over you and it will light your face up. When I watched Escape the Fate, I think Matty was doing a guitar solo and I was like, oh, that's like a really cool setup. He had like a green spotlight on him and everything else was dark, so I went to take a photo. I was fairly close. Flash. Flash. I was the dickhead with the flash on. I was the brother ruining it for everyone. He's just like, and I'm just there like, I could have fucking died. Everybody like near me turned around and I'm like, that wasn't intentional. I'm so fucking sorry. I could have just laid down on the ground and let them trample me dead.
We've talked about concert etiquette until the cows come home. Well, the cows are home and your etiquette still sucks. I don't know what is going on in your brains when you're at a concert, because the behavior I've been witnessing lately has been baffling at best. Number 1, I regret to inform you that this is somehow not self-explanatory. Wear deodorant. It should not smell like somebody's cooking onions in the pit.
Please, bring some with you. Reapply it. Australian festival season is real. Like, I'm sorry, I love Good Thing Festival, but I swear there'd be at least a 10-meter radius around the whole bloody field. Bystanders at cafes across the street, outside of the festival, by the way, could probably smell us. Surely there's a list out there of like the best deodorants to wear to metal shows, or any show, concerts in general. Maybe we should call on the hardcore brothers, like, brrr, hello.
Number 2, your space on the floor is first come, first served. No, your friend is not at the barricade. I'm not letting you through. I respect the hustle, don't get me wrong, but no, nice try.
This like kind of gets me. I think you should be able to walk through to a degree, especially at a metal show. Now, if it's not a metal show, I kind of understand. No matter what show you're at, there's a secret map drawn on the floor, like the walls in the back of the people that want to stand, watch, maybe do a little head nod. Barricade, that is yours. If you fought, if you came here, you succeeded. They're yours for the night. Unless you like leave. The center is the pit. But anywhere in between the wall, the back, the pit, the barricade, there's like a degree. The closer you are to the pit, the more jumping you are. The closer you are to the wall, the more standstill you are. So it's slowly gonna get more boingy as you get to the center of the pit. If you're a boinger, you should be allowed to get closer to the other boingers, you know? I feel like a lot of the time artists will talk about this too. It's like, dude, if you're a stiff pin, like there's an allocated area for you, which kind of sucks. Like I feel like there is more or less a loose floor map. And usually the standers, they're not close together either, so you can easily walk between them. Like you can probably do this between them and not touch anyone. Okay, I feel better. Thanks for listening.
Also, just because somebody's taller than you does not mean that you are entitled to a spot in front of them.
Yes, I believe this with the height thing, but to be honest, a lot of the time when I'm at shows, people have told me to go in front of them. A guy spins around and says I'm just standing behind him. People are like, yo, you want to go in front? Like, if there's like 8 of you, like no. But if it's you and maybe you've got your girly best friend who's an inch taller than you and there's like 2 6'5" guys in front of you, you can probably tap them on the shoulder and be like, hey, like, would it be too much to ask for us to go in front? Be polite. If they say nah, be like, so chill, so good. A lot of the time they'll say yeah, because you're gonna make them step back this much, maybe. I don't think it's wrong to ask. It's all about being polite.
Number 6 is personal space. I know I said we were packed in like sardines, but we don't need to take that literally. You need to make sure yourself and others around you have enough space to move their arm.
The tightest pit that I was ever in was Bring a Horizon, Good Things Festival, Melbourne. I mean, it was pretty tight in Brisbane too, but where I was in Melbourne was very tight. There were people like freaking out, like people were having to get lifted out. Like it was big, like she was girthy. Bring a Horizon like 50-50, whether you're like an avid gig goer. I had an ex once, he mainly listened to rap music, but he also loved Bring the Horizon. It's kind of a strangely diverse metal band. And I think it was a lot. It was really tight. And I think at a couple points he said to like push it back a bit. But I swear we had like 3 or 4 different like circle pits going on. Like it was huge. But yeah, definitely make sure that you're trying to be conscious. Don't push up too much because at the end of that push, there is someone at the barricade.
Don't hold up a sign for the whole show. Don't hold up a phone in front of somebody else's face for the whole show. Be mindful. Take a moment to look behind you and see how you might be affecting the experience of the people around you.
I don't really think about signs. I haven't seen a sign at a show ever, I don't think. Maybe One Direction? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, what a dick move. For sure, no one can see anything behind you.
Don't hold up a phone in front of somebody else's face.
Sometimes I've been stuck behind really tall people and I can't see anything, but then I'll find someone's phone and I'll be like, and I'll be able to see something. It is actually kind of helpful in those circumstances.
Talk about the fact that concert etiquette just doesn't exist anymore.
Fair. Here we
and
go.
It's really fucking embarrassing for y'all. Learn how to act at concerts. Okay, prime example of this, I saw water parks in Toronto in April.
Oh, okay.
Or May, I don't remember. But I saw about 10 people try and crowd surf, and then the front 2 rows of park seats dropped them. Did not lift them over the barricade, didn't do fucking anything. They just let them fall. And it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing for y'all not knowing how to deal with crowd surfers.
That is one thing. If you want to be barricade, you also have to be committed. We Came as Romans, the last song, they had fucking everybody crowd surfing. I'm pretty sure my mate got thrown up to crowd surf and he don't want to, which like is probably a bit of a problem, but like I think it was okay. You have to be ready for that. Like I was standing in the middle and at some point the singer was being held up by everyone around me. I was just like literally under this man's foot because I was so close. Mind you, I wasn't holding this man up, but I think I had at least 2 or 3 of my guy mates around me. You know, they're strong, so I was like all I could. I'm sure his big toe is pretty well supported by these 3. I was under him and relying on everyone around me. Welcome to the group chat, Dave. That's right, we'll carry you. I wasn't really doing my part either. I was like, well, you know, if he stands on my face and then time to go, I think that's pretty fucking metal. I had another mate, apparently, that got footage of him. I'm trying to see if you can see me on my phone trying to film him. I am such a small peanut. You see where all the tall men are? Yeah, I'm under them. Oopsies, I don't know. But like you definitely have to be ready to participate in that. I think that's kind of an unspoken thing. That is some main character energy, I'll give you that. Like living your best life. I'm sure the person directly behind it was just like staring up like, hi, I have to look at your face because otherwise I'm staring at your crotch. You all should have stood up and started facing the back. So Adele's just like, the fuck is going on? She's just looking at a whole bunch of back of heads pretending to be conductors? Or is that for a train?
But people who are shorter than others at concerts need to get a grip.
That was mean.
So I went to Avril Lavigne over the weekend with my 9-year-old, okay? Who is shorter than me, is taller than most 9-year-olds, but is obviously shorter than me. I'm 5'10", she's probably up to my shoulder. So we went early, right? Like I got VIP early access tickets. I also got invited because of my social media to the pre-show party, which also got us early access to the floor. We got there 40 minutes before the show even started. Okay, so my kid got barricade. And like, if not barricade, we were right behind the girls at the barricade. And the girls who were in front of us saw us. And I even tapped them on the shoulder and was like, are you cool if my daughter just stands beside you? And she was like, yep, no worries. I asked the other girl, yep, no worries. Cool, right? I'm standing behind her, obviously, as her mom. And as people start to come up behind us, there's this girl.
I'm so invested in this.
Who's shorter than me, behind me. And like beside me was some other taller people as well. But this girl who stands behind all of us is shorter than all of us. And and literally the first thing I heard from her was, it is such an asshole thing to be tall at a concert. And for that to be a joke or not is one thing, but to say it's so loud that the people in front of you who are clearly taller than you hear it is insane behavior.
I thought that she was literally just say someone asked nicely to stand in front of her, but if you're at barricade, like, there's nothing you can do.
And she kept going on about how, like, I wish they would just let us in front of them and then we could actually see and blah blah. Like, it would be one thing to be like, hey dude, like, are you cool if I stood in front of you? But you're gonna call me an asshole for being tall at a concert when we paid the same amount of money to be here, but I got here earlier? Like,
Close enough to barricade that barricade can hear you, and there's nothing you can see. Did the stage go on strike and walk out the door that morning, so she's just sitting on the floor playing a little acoustic guitar? Like, in what world can you not, like, see? I don't understand. One time I was at barricade, but I stood right at the edge to not block anyone. I'm like 5'9", 5'10"-ish. And I saw this really short person struggling to see, so I asked her if she wanted, oh my god, the numbers are crazy, stand in front of me, and she proceeded to hold her phone up right in my eye line for most of the night. Oh my god. I thought she was being weird, like you were having a conversation with her and she just like I just pictured this. Like, hey, do you want to stand in front of me? Oh, yeah, fair point, I think. In my line of sight for most of the night, and she was way shorter, so that took effort for her to do. Never again. Aw, but you did such a good thing. I'm sorry that happened. Sorry, I was screenshotting the image so you could see it. Did you tap her on the shoulder? Did you say like, hey brother, hey brother? So sorry, can we lower the phone a little bit? I actually thought this was Parkway Drive for a second. There's so much fire going on. If it's just opened up, like, sometimes people get excited for 30 seconds, but oh my god, it's still going. At this point, I'd ask if she's okay. Like, she sounds like she's dying in pain. Screaming and being enthusiastic at times is okay, but the whole time is crazy. Like, why are you screaming in my ears? I think that's the thing. You should be allowed to be excited, but like, me screenshotted it again. But I know that people get excited. Oh, I'm so torn. Like, it's not okay to squeal for 2 hours. Don't squeal for 2 hours. You know, you would probably have a lot of fun singing your songs with your favorite artists, so you should maybe give that a go. Maybe that would be really cool. Shit, fuck, what do I know? Ah! We live in a world where people are mad at people who scream at concerts. We live in a world where people aren't considerate of others. I don't know, because if it was only 15 seconds worth of screaming throughout the whole 2 hours, I would say that's so fine, pop off, like, be excited for 15 seconds. Make sure that you are having a good time. I mean, we should try and be considerate of people around you. Just have a look around. Get the vibe off of people. Still make sure you're having fun. Just don't try and do it at the huge expense of others. Is that possible? Oh my god, no wonder we all have anxiety. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. We are trying to hit 40k. Was I trying to get to 50 by the end of the year? Yeah, absolutely fucked that. That's fine though. Muted clothing is coming, supporting mental health, but it's still metal as fuck. The links are down below. I promise I do not spam. I don't have time to spam you. It's just a one-man job. You'll get a confirmation email and a pre-sale link, I promise. Pinky, promise. But one of them. Let me know your thoughts on this. I read every comment down below, so I chuck her down there. It's kind of driving me fucking wild. I don't know what to think anymore.